U.S. revokes Colombian president's visa after Gaza protest speech, which, by the way, is unprecedented. Like, you've had former leaders, like, you've had Chavez call George W. Bush, like, Hitler. Adolf Hitler incarnate. And America hasn't revoked people's, like, visa status. Like, it is crazy.
Is revoking the...
Because it quite literally contradicts the entire reason for the United Nations to exist. So basically, it calls into question if the UN headquarters can be in New York at all.
Colombian president's visa after his visit to the United Nations.
Ayer estuvo
President Gustavo
el diablo aquí.
Yeah. He called George W. Bush the devil at the United Nations. He had also called him Hitler as well. But at the United Nations, he just straight up on his speech called George W. Bush the devil.
En este mismo lugar huele a azufre todavía.
He said it still smells of sulfur right where I'm standing because of his impact.
Esta mesa donde me ha tocado hablar. Ayer, señoras, señores, desde esta misma tribuna, el señor presidente de los Estados Unidos, a quien yo llamo el diablo, vino aquí hablando como dueño del mundo. ¿Qué modelo de democracia es ese el que se impone a punta de marines, de invasiones, de agresiones y de bombas? A donde quiera que él mira ve extremistas. Yo estoy seguro que te ve a ti, hermano, con ese color y cree que eres un extremista.
Called him a
Con
white
este color,
supremacist devil.
Evo Morales, que vino ayer, el digno presidente de la Bolivia, es un extremista. No, no es que somos extremistas. Lo que pasa es que el mundo está despertando y por todos lados insurgimos los pueblos. El señor presidente vino a hablarle, así lo dijo, hoy quiero hablarles directamente a las poblaciones del Oriente Medio. Mi país desea la paz. Esto es cierto. Si nosotros nos vamos por las calles del Bronx, si nosotros nos vamos por las calles de Nueva York, de Washington, de San Diego, de California, de cualquier ciudad, de San Antonio, de San Francisco, de San Antonio.
Look who it is. Look at this dick riding, bro. Into fucking oblivion.
De San Francisco, y le preguntamos a la gente en las calles, a los ciudadanos estadounidenses, este país quiere la paz. La diferencia está en que el gobierno de este país, de Estados Unidos, no quiere la paz. Quiere imponernos su modelo de explotación y de saqueo y su hegemonía a punta de guerras. Quiere la paz. ¿Y qué está pasando en Irak? ¿Y qué ha pasado en el Líbano y en Palestina? ¿Y qué ha pasado en 100 años, pues?
Wait, why did he bring up Palestine? This is 2 decades prior to October 7. That's weird. That's so strange to me. Why would he bring up Palestine? That wasn't even a thing, right? That's not just like a year before October 7. That's 2 decades. I'm just confused because I thought, no, like literally 2006. That's almost 2 decades. Huh. I'm so confused as to how this could have happened.
En América Latina y en el mundo, y ahora las amenazas contra Venezuela, nuevas amenazas contra Venezuela, nuevas amenazas contra Irán. ¿Qué le dirían esos pueblos a él? Si esos pueblos pudieran hablar, ¿qué le dirían? Yo se los voy a recoger porque conozco la mayor parte del alma de esos pueblos, los pueblos del sur, los pueblos atropellados. Dirían, Imperio Yankee, go home. Ese sería el grito que brotaría por todas partes si los pueblos del mundo pudieran hablarle a una sola voz al imperio de los Estados Unidos.
Why you mock October 7th tragedy? Something that I'm beginning to notice is that like a lot of the people that come in here are just like too stupid to understand how language works. It's pretty funny that he still thinks like this is a workable counter here. But that's not even what I'm doing. I'm mocking the people that think that October 7th is when this conflict began. If you had any working brain cells and weren't simply like a Unit 8200 bot, or basically like a human that works in the same way that like an AI chatbot does, you would know that I'm making a joke about how history did not begin on October 7th, especially as it pertains to the oppression that Palestinians were facing. Also, another person in the chat asked me, did Chavez have aura? What more do you need to see? Yes, he did.
Ayer estuvo el diablo aquí.
He had mad aura. He had crazy aura. Undeniable.
Pedro took to New York streets in a pro-Palestinian demonstration and urged the U.S. military to disobey Trump. Take a look.
Desobedezcan la orden de Trump. Obedezcan la orden de la humanidad.
Disobey the Trump's order. Obey the order of humanity.
All right, for more on this, let's bring in CNN contributor Stefano Pozzebon in Bogota. Stefano, where is the Colombian president right now?
Well, Danny, Gustavo Petro is here in Bogota. He arrived around 4 a.m. local time, which is 5 a.m. where you are in the East Coast, and has been taken to X to come up with his reaction to this latest order from the U.S. administration. In the last few hours, he has tweeted several times accusing the United States of violating international law. He has went on calling Donald Trump Donald Duck, and has also called for
Bro is literally praising Chavez. I would love to hear you expand on your criticisms of the Venezuelan governance under the directive of Chavez. I feel like you are the man who is going to enlighten everybody here. Gringos, you're lucky your authoritarian wannabe dictator is an idiot like Donald Trump and not Hugo Chavez, someone who was objectively correct about many things and had the charisma to lead millions within and out of the country. I mean, I would like for it not to be Donald Trump, but I wouldn't mind a charismatic figure that, you know, forcibly nationalizes the entirety of the extraction industries, implements a lot of modest social democratic changes, improves literacy in this fucking country, pulls millions out of abject poverty, builds hospitals in rural areas. These are the types of things that I would like for any American leadership to do. Chavez's biggest L, in my assessment, was that he allowed for private enterprise to continue fucking up the bag instead of immediately diversifying the Venezuelan economy by force. He allowed a bunch of these like massive business leaders to actively thwart his initiatives every step of the fucking way including facilitating a coup set up by the United States of America. You asked me if my big business owners, if my chamber of commerce plots a fucking coup at the directive of the United States of America, and only moments after this illegal coup is implemented, does the American government come out and recognize the new government as the official government of Venezuela? Okay? I'm not letting any of those motherfuckers go along. Like, I'm not letting them fucking breathe the free man's air. I'm seizing their assets. The fuck do you mean? I'm like, oh shit, well, sorry. Oh, you guys own all the grocery store franchises? Fuck, man. That's so sweet because it's really important for every Venezuelan to get cheap groceries. So it's so wonderful that they are now a part of the federal government. I'm asset stripping like a motherfucker. Expropriation. His biggest weaknesses, his biggest problems were, yes, mismanagement to a certain degree, but more consequentially, his inability to diversify Venezuela's output, its agribusiness. Like, he did not. Juan Guaido Twitch. Chavez expropriated property on live TV, bro. What do you mean? I know. I'm saying there were definitely a lot of sectors that he could have done that to, and he did not do that. He also bad succession planning. That's definitely another problem. Maduro, not so great. I can't believe the real president of Venezuela is in my Twitch chat right now. He didn't know he was going to get hit with a cancer gun?
The United Nations to relocate away from New York City. Just an hour ago, he tweeted that he thinks the headquarters of the United Nations should move to Doha in Qatar. Now, at this point, it doesn't seem like Colombia is following up or formally proposing to move the United Nations Net General.
Bro, I don't think we should make the UN that close to Israel. No disrespect to anybody, but kind of feels like if you're in striking distance, especially with like one refueling mission from an F-35 fighter jet, probably not the best place to have all of the global leaders get together, you know? I know there's the played out why don't you leave in America, but like, no, for real, why don't you go live in a socialist nation, like genuinely asking? Great question. Perhaps I will. If you want the real answer, it's because I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Because no matter how stupid people like you exist, no matter how angry dumb fucks like you get, I still want you to get health care. I still want you to fucking make an honest living and be able to purchase a fucking home and be able to have dumb fuck children with your dumb fuck wife without having fears of financial instability. Okay? I want you to shit out as many stupid fucking kids as you possibly can and make sure that those stupid kids get the best possible fucking education so they can be dumb fucks, but also free of the economic hardships that we are all experiencing. That's what I want. I want you to be as hateful and as stupid as you possibly are, but I want you to be free of medical debt that could possibly saddle you for the rest of your life. Says the 34-year-old man whose mom comes over to make him food. Dog, Really? Really? You think that's I take care of my family. Like between you and I, who do you think is in better financial status right now? Who do you think is having a better time? What the fuck? Yeah, I have a mom who loves me. And it's my dad who's making my shit. I got my shit together and I'm free, buddy. Okay. All right. You say so. Anyway, no matter how stupid you are, no matter how free you feel, for example, I want you to make sure that you actually experience the true freedom, the true liberty of not having to worry about your health care. Okay? Do you disagree? Do you want to continue paying for your health care? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to pay a much lower price for your health care in the form of taxes, much lower than your fucking premiums and much lower than the rest of the coverage when the coverage lapses, the rest of the payments that you have to pay? Because I want that for you. That's what I want for you. No matter how stupid you are. You know what I mean? It's all good. It don't matter to me. You can be stupid. You can be hateful. You can be a real piece of shit. I am firmly committed. Okay? I am firmly committed to designing a world where you don't have to worry about healthcare. You don't have to worry about your education. You don't have to worry about, so the true form of freedom is a socialist nation. Oh my God, bro. I'm not even talking about socialism right now. Listen to my words. Do you want government paid healthcare? Do you want free healthcare or not? Do you like paying $600 a month to your healthcare when every other country on the fucking planet is free? How long does it get taken to see how long does it take to get seen by a doctor in Canada? Wait times are comparable in the United States of America, and we get ass fucked with a medical bill. What do you? No, I don't want free healthcare. Okay, well, you're a fucking idiot. He said, no, I don't want free healthcare because other people who are getting paid by the big healthcare industry told me it's scary and bad. Anyway, yeah, the wait times is such a funny fucking line of attack because you got wait times here in America too, dumbass. And even with the paywalled healthcare, which already makes it so that the people who need healthcare don't even fucking get it half the time. And even then, there's still wait time issues. And on top of that, there's the crisis in fucking rural hospital care. You have a San Antonio zip code or you have a San Antonio phone number in your fucking username. How long until you got no motherfucking hospital in your vicinity that you got to get airdropped when you accidentally fucking swallow a hot dog full and it just disrupts your airwaves and no one can help you? You got to go to the hospital. The fuck then? Now you got to pay 30 grand minimum, okay? If not even more than that. America's just like suffering. I know it doesn't matter, but he asked me why I do this, why I stay here, why don't you just like take my money and fucking run, go to a Chacom style country, because I could just go there, go live in China, I guess. And the reason why is because I care about people. I'm stubborn. I want to fix this country. This country has a lot of fucking promise. It has a lot of potential. That's it. That's why it's always so funny when motherfuckers are like, bro, you hate America. If you don't like it, leave. It's like, dude, trust me. I've thought about it, okay? I have. I'm here out of pure spite, buddy. I am going to give you that fucking free healthcare if it's the last goddamn thing I do. You're going to be kicking and screaming your way to the fucking doctor's office. You're going to be like, oh no, don't give me that free healthcare. I don't want to go to my general practitioner for free for a checkup to make sure I have the most adequate preventative care of all time. How dare you? You check-on bastard. And I'm going to be like, hell yeah, get that fucking free healthcare, you little bitch. You're going to fucking love it, okay? Oh, that's right. You got diabetes. Turns out you now have insulin shots. Suck my fucking dick, bitch. Yeah. Eat it. That's what I'm going to do. You can complain to your fucking free mental health therapist, mental health professional about how sad you are.
Assembly to another country, but it shows the fact that Petro has an appetite for a fight and doesn't seem to be intimidated by this latest move from the Trump administration, which comes after a long string of clashes between Washington and Bogota.
Well, so to that point, it's fascinating because the relationship between the U.S. and Colombia seems incredibly tense right now, which feels like a reversal from years of growing ties, certainly pre-Petro, between the two countries. So what's at risk right now if these two leaders can't get along?
Yes, Colombia is historically America's staunchest ally in the region across Latin America. It's a trusted partner, especially in the areas of security. Think that the Colombian military has been involved in several foreign wars led by successive U.S. administrations since at least the 1950s. There was a Colombian foreign
Yeah, against this dude. Yeah, literally against the guy who's now the president. There were successive collaborative military operations against guerrilla forces in the country. Okay, yeah, he was aligned with those guys. I wonder why. I wonder why that same security collaboration doesn't work any longer.
expeditionary team that went to fight in Korean side by side with the US Marines, and that's where this special relationship has been cemented. Now Petro comes into power 3 years ago, the first left-wing leader, has a troublesome but working relationship with the White House under Biden. Now with Trump, they really seem not to get along. Petro was one of the first leaders to stand up to the new policies from the White House of increased deportation. You might remember back in January, he ordered the temporary suspension of deportation flights. There has been threats of special tariffs on Colombia because of this relationship, which has been damaged. And of course, less than a month ago, the United States decertified the Colombian state in their role on the war on drugs. So clearly, it is a sign that, we are in for a bumpy few months, at least until Petro stays in power, which is until the next summer. He's due to give up his mandate in July 2026, Danny.
Yeah, a lot more to watch in this space, especially as tensions with Venezuela
100%.
continue to increase as well. Stefano, thank you so much for your time. We'll leave it there.